Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back down under the mat. We are here to play a game today. In light of recent unfortunate news, we are going to play our own version of Keep or Cut.
Well, I mean, look, it's one of those things that happens in the wrestling business, right? You can't have every wrestler on the roster.
No.
So sometimes you got to promote people up and then you got to cut people from the roster.
Or promote them and then cut them. Because that's a
true.
genius business decision, right?
Well, you think about like what's so far this year, right? You've had Odyssey Jones that got brought up last year, then never got used, and then he got cut.
Yeah.
The recent news we've heard of your mate Baron
Oh, no.
being cut.
more
Indy Hartwell, Tegan Knox. Obviously AEW, they
I'm
got rid
sure
of
more names are going to be coming too.
bunch of different people. Bobby Lashley just got signed, so that's got to be, they've got to make way somehow in the salary cap, right? So we're playing a game this time.
Yep, we are. And please welcome editor Luke behind the camera.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, yeah, this is with sultry
Mysterious
voice.
from the
Hey.
darkness.
So you're going to run the game for us, Luke?
Yeah.
You're going to give us some names, and it's what, 9 names?
Yeah, they pick 9 females
Yep.
for you to then pick 4, cut 5.
So we keep 4, cut 5.
Yeah.
I'll write down for us.
That's all right. Because we're going to pick. It's going to be
sets.
picking different
Oh,
ones.
we're our
right?
own teams. All right, even better. All right, perfect.
You can have 2
So
sets of
we'll
teams.
write down the 9 names and then circle who you're going to pick. and
Okay.
who you're going to
Who's the first wrestler we're going with?
First wrestler is Becky Lynch.
Oh, okay.
We started big. All right. Big time Bex.
Big time.
Yeah.
Second one, Charlotte Flair.
Okay, Charlotte. All right. Yep. She's definitely a wrestler. She's obviously injured at the moment, but yep.
But do you still want to keep it?
That's a good question. Who knows?
Nia Jax.
Nia. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm writing way too big for 9 people on this board, but that's fine. We'll get there.
That's why I did the grid. I'm gonna do the
Oh,
grid,
that was
man.
way smarter than me. I just did a straight list.
Number 4 is Bailey.
Okay. Yep. Bailey. Yep.
I was going to say something about the 4 horsewomen, but Sasha Banks is gone already, so never
She's
mind.
already been cut.
I'd be cutting Mercedes anyway.
Oh, absolutely.
Next one, of course, is Mummy, Rhea Ripley.
Rhea. Rhea bloody Ripley.
And then
Please tell me Indy Hartwell's not on this list because that'd be too.
that's too soon.
Way too soon, man. Way too soon.
We got Bianca Belair.
Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Liv Morgan.
Okay. Uh-huh.
And to round out the list, you got Jade Cargill.
Cade Jargill.
Yes.
Yep.
Cade Jargill.
Dyslexia at its finest there.
That would be Jade Cargill.
Correct. And I think, is that all of them, or did I
I've
forget
got 1,
some?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 8. We need one more.
You got Tiffy time.
Oh, Tiffy. Okay. So now is the fun part where we get to discuss this and see who we're keeping and who we're cutting.
All right. Do we want to go through the list and do keep it cut all once?
Sure.
All right.
So Becky,
cool.
what's
Becky
your pick?
Lynch. So cutting 5, correct?
Yes. So,
I'm,
or we'll do this the other way around. First round, who's your first pick that you're keeping?
I think we both know.
I think we're both going to pick Rhea Ripley.
It's going to be
right?
Rhea.
Yeah.
Rhea's my
That's-
number 1. She stays. Yeah. All right. So Rhea's the first pick.
Who's your first
Um,
cut? This is the harder one.
Bailey.
Oh, really?
Sorry.
Look, I think in terms of balance on all of this and the way everyone sits, Bailey's probably a fine cut. I kind of agree. I was thinking probably
Maybe
cutting.
not first, though.
I was probably cutting Nia first,
Ooh.
but then who's the heel? Because they're all faces. I'm going to cut Nia.
You're cutting your champion. Wow.
Yeah.
All right, second pick then.
Okay, second pick. My second pick, I'm going to go with Bianca Belair.
I was also going to choose Bianca Belair. Okay, all right. That's nice and simple. The 1, 2 is pretty
You
easy.
both on the same page with that? Okay.
Right, gotta go with the NXT
All right,
black
then
and gold alumni.
your second cut then.
I'll pick Nia Jax on this one.
That's where you're cutting Nia,
Yeah.
and you've already cut Bailey. I'm not going to cut Bailey number 2.
Okay.
I'm going to cut Tiffany.
Ooh.
As much as I think the up and comer, and she's definitely going to be there in a couple of years. Right now, if I'm looking at just 4 out of this list to have on my show, it's not Tiffy.
Okay.
So she gets cut, sadly.
All right.
Pick number 3 is now.
I'm gonna go Big time Bex.
Okay, we're picking the same
We're
thing.
way too similar here. It's ridiculous.
So big time Bex. Yep, that's fine. Number 3, she can stay.
So then your third cut.
I'll cut Bailey now at this point.
Okay. I'm gonna cut Liv.
Ooh, he's cutting Liv.
Cut and Liv.
I guess, yeah, the last one was your last pick, which also would cut the last person at the same time.
We'll go to cut the last 2. I'm going to keep Liv as my 4th pick.
Okay. I'm going to keep Tiffy as my 4th pick.
Ooh, okay. Controversial, but all right. Which that means that we both cut Jade and we both cut Charlotte.
Yeah. Correct.
So my logic behind these choices, now that we've put them out here, is Rhea, obviously, because she's Rhea Bloody Ripley.
Yep.
All right. And we love Mummy on this podcast.
She can pull off both face and heel very well.
Correct.
Very dynamic.
Correct. She can have a good match with anyone. She's good on the mic. She's good in the ring. She's really great promotionally, and she has a fantastic look as a pro wrestler, right? So she's clear number 1. Bianca is the same. I don't think they've ever really given her a chance at a heel run, but she's your superhero, superwoman, face to verse anybody if you're keeping just to the 4. Becky's the same. I think that she has so much talent across, her promos, her passion, the book writing stuff, all the different things backstage that she brings to it as well. And I mean, big time Bex, she's been less heel recently, but she can play an aggressive, passionate heel.
Absolutely.
And then we differ on the 4th pick. I went Liv because of the kind of what I said with the others, how they're flexible. She can be Liv, she can be face, she can be heel.
Yep.
She's very good in the ring. She cuts an annoying heel promo with her horrible laugh that you really dislike.
I really hate
I know
the
you
laugh,
do.
Dude. It's so cringy.
Well, for you it is. For everyone else, maybe not so much. But I think when you flip that, when she's the baby face and she chuckles and she giggles and she jumps around the ring and stuff, like that's a very different sort of portrayal of the character.
I feel like this heel work has turned me off that laugh, regardless of whether she's heel or face.
Yeah, okay. All right. Do you want to justify your Tiffy pick?
I'll go through and justify my reasons for Bianca and Becky.
They're different to mine?
Just to give some different dynamic. So Bianca, I really enjoyed her heel work. I know that
that would have to be in NXT, right?
Yeah. She's at that John Cena type of level where I don't think she can turn heel. I think she's going to be this sort of like superhero, superwoman character for the rest of her career.
Yeah, I think
because she's such a strong force in the women's division, and she's such an idol for all the young up-and-coming fans, male and female alike.
Yep.
And she's also brings some diversity in as well. And she's someone for those like...
You're gonna say people of color? Is that what you're trying to...
Okay, thank you. I was trying to think of the right way to say it. People of color, all the young people of color growing up, they've got someone to look up to and idolize and say, if she can do it, I can do it.
Yep.
And I think that's really good to keep. For Becky, I've kept her as my vet, essentially.
Yeah, okay.
So she's my veteran pick because I think Charlotte, she's had her time in the limelight. She's had plenty of championships.
Not enough.
Becky, on the other hand, she's only had a handful. So give her some more time, some more title runs. She can be face and heel. So, and then Tiffy, she's new blood, up and comer. Yeah. She's the future of that women's division.
I mean, I think that's Liv Morgan too.
Because you've got Rhea and Bianca. They're the current. Becky's the vet. And then Tiffy's your young talent.
Yeah, look, I agree. Bailey, I think, was a tough scratch.
Tough cut.
She could fit into any of those 4 roles, but I think she goes. Jade obviously loses out because of Bianca. I don't think...
Can't have both.
When you're only keeping 4, we can't have both of them, and I think Bianca is clearly the superior of the 2. Yeah. Nia as the big heel, I think, is fine for that role, but I think we don't need that with the roster that we're picking.
No.
So, yeah, look, I'm comfortable with that 4. Yeah. All right.
Cool.
Thanks for that choice, Luke. That was...
Let us know in the comments who your 4 picks would be.
Yeah, please.
And who you would cut and why.
All right. Let's go to the men now, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
I need an eraser, Reece. I'll borrow that one once you're finished.
And this time, do yourself a grid.
I'm going to do a grid this time.
Do a grid.
Way smarter. All right. So it's the
men's
same
choices,
premise.
I didn't go active. I went sort of all stars.
Oh, that's going to make it way harder.
Yeah.
This is going to be a hard one.
Okay. All right.
So first corner, Shawn Michaels.
Oh,
Starting off hot.
HBK.
Hot and sexy.
Sexy boy.
Sexy boy.
Then we got some John Cena.
Ooh.
Oh, and we only had to give 4 of these.
Yep.
And these are the 2 names you start with.
This
Doesn't
gonna
get
be
any better
this
because
is
number
gonna be
3
rough,
is The
Nick.
Undertaker.
Oh.
Oh, that's not fair. I
And then we
can't
got,
write
for
this
4, we've got Ric Flair.
shit. Okay, yeah.
Number 5 spot is The Rock.
I did it for The Rock.
I did it for The Rock.
6 is Hulk Hogan.
Okay, that's an easy cut. I mean, spoiler alert.
Spoilers.
Yep.
Then you got some Mick Foley. And any of his.
And it's only 1 spot, but does that 1 spot include
3 characters.
Foley? Ooh,
Yeah.
that's like that adds complexity
Yeah,
here
it really does.
because you get a bit of extra choice.
That's gonna,
All right.
that's gonna be a fun one.
Some Stone Cold Steve
Yeah,
Austin.
okay.
Ooh.
And your last pick would be a Brock Lesnar.
Oh,
Ooh. And this is difficult.
this is gonna be rough, dude. This is
And we
gonna
only
be
get to keep 4.
To keep it fair,
rough.
yes.
I think we might have some differentiating lists here.
I don't know.
All right, shall we
So-
kick it off?
Your first.
I haven't picked yet. I'm still thinking. Do we both just say Undertaker as first pick? We want to keep him.
All right, seeing as there's 5 cuts, we'll start with your first cut.
First
Who
cut.
would your first cut be?
Ric Flair.
Hogan.
Howdy.
I mean, obviously, same
Ric
kind of
Flair is
reasons.
gone.
Previous generation to us.
Yeah.
Too old.
Yeah.
I know. Also, I mean, for context for this draft that we're taking, are we picking them in their prime?
That's a good question. I guess, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we're going prime each of these wrestlers.
Yeah. Because, yeah, none of them are in peak condition now anyway.
Well,
So
that's correct.
let's say prime.
No, I'm still confident with that pick.
You're still getting. I'm still
cutting
confident.
Ric
Getting,
Flair.
I mean, look,
Still cutting Ric.
Prime Hogan was obviously the face of into wrestling worldwide, but
Yeah,
I'm still cutting Hogan.
yeah, I'm still cutting Ric Flair.
Your first pick.
Doesn't mean
then?
as much to me. My first pick, I'm going Brock Lesnar.
Straight out the gate.
I'm going Stone Cold. Stone Cold, first pick. He stays.
Yep.
The Rattlesnake.
Easy. Alrighty. Then round 2 for your cuts.
Flair.
Hulk Hogan.
We should have just done that the other way around, but fair enough. Look,
Right.
despite obviously what those two have done for the business,
Yeah,
again,
I think it was just, it's pre our time period.
yeah,
So like by the time Hogan was in WCW having his run there, I was like 5 years old,
yeah.
6 years old,
And what we've
which
seen
is still like pre my era.
Yeah, and from my perspective, from what I've seen of all the other people on this list, I would prefer to keep over them, regardless of.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know, I know Flair and I mean Hogan didn't really have 5-star matches because he wasn't a very good wrestler, but like Flair had lots of 5-star stuff with Ricky Steamboat and stuff in
Yeah.
the 80s and WCW and things. But like a 5-star match in 1987 is different to a 5-star match in 2017,
Yeah.
and I think the quality of wrestling between the two skews the newer people way towards more what I want,
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
why Flair and Hogan
yeah.
that go.
And that's the thing with professional wrestling; it evolves over time. Like what we enjoyed 10 years ago is not necessarily what we enjoy now.
Could you
So
imagine Hulk Hogan hitting a Canadian destroyer on Ric Flair?
I can literally picture that, and it looks ridiculous. It looks ridiculous.
All right, so Stone Cold, pick one for me.
All right, pick 2.
Yeah, pick 2.
I'm going The Rock.
Wow.
Brahma Bull.
I am going HBK. I am going the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, as my second pick.
This is such a challenge.
Mr. WrestleMania, Mr. Versatile, put on a 5-star match with anybody.
Yeah.
Unless it's Kurt Angle and Dave Meltzer's the one grading it.
Sorry, not swearing on this episode because it's family friendly.
Let's go with your cuts for your number 3rd.
For my number 3rd cut.
Your
All
number
right.
3rd cut.
I'm really struggling.
I'm cutting Mick Foley. I'm sorry.
There's so many options there.
Yeah,
I
look,
know, but
the versatility of having Cactus Jack and Dude Love and Mankind and Mick Foley. So I'm cutting The Rock. Yeah,
Like,
I'm cutting
no
the
one's
Rock.
going to be happy either way with those.
I know.
I don't like it.
I got to admit, your picks for this are a lot more challenging than the women's division. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And because this is nostalgic and it's across like 30-year careers, there's way more to it.
For my third pick, I'm going Taker.
Okay. For my third pick, I'll also go Undertaker. Just
Okay.
to give us a pick together, I'll take the Undertaker.
All right. Now, who's the last pick? That's going to be the tough one out of who I've got left. So my last three picks, in case you haven't been tallying up in your head,
You don't have a
HBK.
split in front of us. Yeah.
John Cena and Stone Cold. And I have to pick one of them, and I have to cut the other two.
I've picked two of them already. I'm going to cut Foley. Despite the versatility pick and what I've been saying and talking up the entire time, I'm cutting him.
See, this is the
Defending
thing.
him, then cut him anyway.
Yeah, we've got to play devil's advocate, right? Got to give everybody some thoughts as to why that happens. Which means my last pick is between the beast incarnate Brock Lesnar and John Cena.
I'm cutting Stone Cold.
Oh, controversial.
So now I now have HBK and John Cena left. And for my fourth pick, I'm going to go Shawn Michaels, Mr. WrestleMania.
Okay, all right. I'm picking Brock Lesnar, which means I also cut John Cena. Oh, wow.
It's a little bit tougher there.
Way
That's
tougher.
rough, dude. That is rough.
So I've gone for my picks. Stone Cold.
That's rough. That's rough.
You wrote way neater than I did. I just kind of just
Oh, dude, my
jammed it on there. You can't even really see the
terrible.
green, but there you go. I will give you credit though. The
Grid, good idea.
grid was a great idea. Fantastic. So I've gone, Stone Cold pick 1, HBK 2, Undertaker 3, and Brock Lesnar 4.
I've gone Brock Lesnar 1. He's my MVP. The Rock number 2, Taker number 3, and then Shawn Michaels.
Okay. I mean, justifications, obviously, I think Stone
Kind of
Cold,
obvious.
you justify as he was the face of the Attitude Era.
I love Stone Cold during that era.
Yep.
But I gravitated more towards The Rock. I always liked him more. Like,
Yep.
I'd walk around flipping the bird all the time,
Smash
I love The Rock.
beers. And
pretending to smash.
now you
beers.
do, yeah.
Now I smash.
He's just such a strong character, and the way that he was, heel or face, predominantly face, obviously,
Yeah.
anti-establishment, anti-authority figure, like he was just so good. And although never probably one of the best technical wrestlers in the ring, he was very good with technical wrestlers in the ring,
Yeah.
and could always put on like the one thing I think about Stone Cold compared to a lot of these people is that if there was a fight, same as like Kevin Owens these days. When Kevin
There's a
Owens is in a
fight,
fight,
he's
I
in it.
believe it. I
Yeah.
believe he's fighting someone. Stone Cold, I believed when they went into the crowd or punching on, they were fighting.
Yeah.
So that was, Stone Cold pick 1 for me.
So pick one for me, Brock Lesnar. Not just because I've always been a massive Brock Lesnar fan, and he's also on my shirt
Yep.
right there.
He's so aggressive in that shirt too. He's just staring at the camera.
Do I look like Brock Lesnar with the neck?
I mean, the no neck, yes. The rest of it, not so much.
I think when you look at Brock's whole career, the run from 2012 when he got back after the UFC, the beast incarnate,
when
Lesnar.
when he destroyed Cena.
destroyed Cena, beat the streak, and like everything that's happened since then. Great, but also like babyface Brock Lesnar, like when he first came in.
You mean Boom Brock?
Yeah. No. I mean like 2000, like early.
Oh, the
2000s,
original run
like
with the
OG
Angle and
Brock Lesnar.
Heyman run and stuff.
When you have, if you had that as a whole string without time off in between, that is a stellar career to have.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of versatility in there as well. He was very good as a babyface, as a young competitor, as just like, I'm going to beat this shit out of you.
Yeah.
And then, again, once he came back from MMA, same thing. But then the way that he was able to tweak his character with Farmer Brock and Brock
Yeah.
Party, and just like little things here and there, that's why I've got to pick him.
I picked him at 4. I think very much similar to what you said with everything for Brock, but also like his capabilities in the ring. He could suplex anybody. His German suplex city and stuff. It was all so realistic when he was doing it that like you could believe that he could get into the ring with literally anyone and he would be able to ragdoll them around and he would win a match.
Yeah.
So that makes a a compelling heel in that can anybody beat him, and also makes him a compelling babyface that no matter what you put in front of him, even if it's Brock Lesnar versus 4 dudes, Brock's got a chance to win.
Yeah.
So I like that pick. We both went HBK and Undertaker.
Yeah. I think those picks speak for themselves. I don't think we need to go too much into it.
WrestleMania 25, WrestleMania 26.
Yeah.
That's kind of...
And then just HBK is Mr. WrestleMania.
Yep, and Undertaker is the
Undertaker
streak.
had the streak.
Yep.
Both of them have so much versatility in the ring and what their characters have done through the years as well. Like, The Undertaker's The Undertaker, but the way that he's slightly tweaked and morphed his character to be the same thing but also slightly different in each iteration,
Yep.
that's talent worth keeping. And the same with Shawn Michaels, the way he developed through his career, had that time off after the back injury and then came back and was like the more mature, older HBK up until his retirement. You can't beat that.
And I think the Undertaker is so good for this because of he's had feuds with Lesnar, HBK, and Stone Cold, and in your case, The Rock.
Yeah.
He's worked against all of them. Again, he's one of those kind of people like Brock that can play face or heel. The character itself as The Undertaker is generally a heel premise, being, obviously the Lord of Darkness and all that kind of stuff that he was. But fans cheered him. So he could play the baby facing matches and stuff towards the end. And then you have obviously the dead man riding the motorbikes, all that sort of stuff. So that, and yeah, I agree fully with HBK. In terms of in-ring talent, I think he's probably one of the greatest ever. So pretty comfortable with those. Cutting someone like Cena though, and for me, cutting Cena and The Rock was real hard.
Yeah, cutting Stone Cold was a bit rough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I said though, I've always liked Stone Cold, but I always thought, like out of those two, I always liked The Rock more.
Yeah, and I was the other side. I was always more Stone Cold. All right. That was fun.
Let us know what your 4 picks were and who you cut and why.
Thank you
in the comments,
Editor Luke, for putting
Yes,
those
you're
names
welcome.
together and making us go through that ordeal and actually choose these favorites. Yeah.
We started off easy with the women, but
I wouldn't say it
Thought
was
it'd be
easy,
tricky.
but definitely easier than the men.
Yeah, easier than men for sure. All right, we'll wrap it up there. Thanks for tuning in. Again, let us know who were your 5 picks to cut for the men and the women and why.
And who is your
who would
team
your
to stay?
top 4?
Yeah.
Some interesting choices out there, I am sure.
Yes.
I'm sure people actually wanted to keep Nia. There will be a select handful of people.
Give us your justification in the comments of keeping any of them.
Yeah.
I want to see someone try and keep a team that has Tiffany and Charlotte on it.
good luck with that.
Carbon copies, mate. Carbon copies.
All right.
All right. This has been Mr. Dan Danielson. I've been Rowdy Roddy Reece. We have editor Luke behind the camera. Thanks for running the game for us. There's Tune in next time to Down Under the Mat when we come back for another game show.